guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I created a tag. I'm very excited, I'm very proud, and it is the content creator tag. There's some pretty cool questions, some interesting questions, some deep questions, so I hope that you'll stick around. We'll also try and recreate this look. Let's just say it took a couple tries, but I hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you're a content creator watching this, please consider refilming this. I would love to see what your answers are. If you're a content creator on other platforms, definitely answer them in the comments down below. Okay, now with the power of technology, we will go to a clean face. All right, guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump straight into the questions. I'm a little nervous about the eye look, not even going to lie. To be honest, I'm filming this first before the intro that you just saw, so I may wipe it off and start over. Anyways, all right, so let's go ahead and start the questions. Again, this is the content creator tag, and yeah, let's get into it. The products that I'm going to be using and everything will be linked down below. Some of them are commission links, some are not. Go ahead and check them out. If you're interested in any of that stuff, feel free to use them. All right, so let's go ahead with question number one. Question number one, and I thought this was super relevant because I used to talk about this a lot at the beginning of my channel because I was going through like a very intense emotional journey. But since I think I've gained, the next 1,000 subscribers, and so some of you guys may not know this. Question number one, what or who motivated you to start your channel? Even the way that I asked that question just stands out to me because when I used to talk about it, back when I had just started my channel last year, I really couldn't get through that sentence without just bawling, like turning off my camera and starting all over. The reason for that is because when I started my channel was because I was going through a really tough time personally. I started my channel in May of 2020, 2 months after everything shut down. And in August of 2019, my mom passed away. Now, my mom was young. She passed away due to cancer, but it was somewhat sudden. Essentially, we didn't even know that the cancer had come back, and then basically 3 days later, she was gone. So it was very, very traumatic. She was everything to us, you guys. Like, our family revolved around her. Like, there was very little that we got done without input from my mom. And that left us pretty lost, like with such a deep, deep void and gap in our family dynamic. Like there was we were lost essentially. So anyway, I just say all that not to make this like a boohoo poor me video, but just to kind of tell you where I was mentally and emotionally when I started my channel. I had talked about starting a beauty YouTube channel with my mom. When I found beauty YouTube or skincare YouTube, I lost my mind. I could not believe that this world was out there with these creators that would test things and give reviews on items that I wanted to buy. My mind was blown. So when I found YouTube, it was just like, Mom, did you know that people do this? And it was just, I was so into it. So again, she passes away suddenly, and that was one of the things that I was like, how do I fill this void, this pain, like this gap in my soul and in my stomach that I just can't fill with anything else? And I tried everything and nothing was working. Well, one day on a Saturday, locked up, they won't let us out. I tell my son, it's just my 15-year-old and I were at home, and I'm like, hey, should I start a channel? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to start a channel. He's like, okay, then do it. I'll help you edit. And like at this point, guys, I was filming on my phone. I had no idea what editing software was. And I think maybe he kind of had a clue, but not too much. And I said, all right, let's do it. So we did. We did it. And it was a little rough, I honestly didn't even have enough time to be thoughtful about the title or the name of my channel or what I was gonna do. Like I honestly thought that the focus of my channel would be skincare, but it just turned out to be more beauty focused. But I just kind of went for it. In retrospect, I think that that's the only way to do it because it's so scary, you guys, to start a channel, to think about starting a channel, to put yourself out there. Like that's the scariest shit ever. So in retrospect, I think I started it the right way, or I would have chickened out. But yeah, that's how I started my channel. That is who influenced me starting my channel. And it was more about like, I want to do it because I told my mom I was going to do it, you know? And so I did it. Question number 2, in the time that you've had your channel, what are you most proud of? So there's a couple things that I'm proud of, and this might get a little cheesy, but you already know we're the cheesy crew here. So it is what it is. Number 1 thing that I'm most proud of is all the connections that I've been able to make and the friendships that I've been able to begin and to nurture throughout this time that we kind of were stuck at home. I feel like it could have gone the other way. And, you know, what I mean by that is first thing that I thought of, you know, to alleviate the pain of losing my mom was drinking. And, you know, I don't feel like I've ever had an issue with drinking. I feel like whenever I want to stop, I'll stop. And that's just the way that it is. And to be honest, because I've been on my little health kick, if you haven't seen on Instagram, go follow me. I haven't really had anything to drink, you know, in a while. But I feel like I would have resorted to that in a very unhealthy way because I had already kind of started going there where I was stuck at home. I wasn't traveling for work anymore. We were in a new state. We moved to Dallas. Don't recommend making major changes after a major loss. And so I was just so lost. So, you know, in the evenings, my sister would come over. We'd start drinking wine because we like wine. And then that could have gone really bad really fast, okay? Because I have absolutely no chill. Like, if I like something, I go all in. Hence all the makeup that I buy, right? So I feel like, you know, I am proud of the people that I've been able to meet and how we've been able to grow on YouTube and just as people. I've learned a lot about myself. Like, I just think that people think that like YouTube is just so silly and, well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't assume what people think, but I know that that's what I thought people thought. Like that they would be like, really, beauty YouTube? Like, that's so left field from what I do from my regular day job, you know? But it could have been a lot worse. And so I'm proud of that. Also, what people don't realize is there's a huge learning curve to YouTube. And it is not easy, guys. Like, it is like relearning everything that you think you know about life or technology or anything else. And like launching a new career or a new business where it's not easy. It's not easy. It is not for the faint of heart. I will say that. So I am proud of everything that I've been able to accomplish and how I've been able to learn and, you know, just learn new skills, that sort of thing. I also am very proud of how quickly my channel has grown. I feel like we've grown quickly. At the same time, I think we've grown in a very organic and authentic way where like a lot of the people that I see here on my channel, I really consider friends. And so I'm just really proud of how fast we've been able to grow, the milestones along the way. I'm proud of all that because I think it's important. And I think, you know, regardless of what you choose to do in life, like setting your mind to something and then achieving it or accomplishing it in any capacity, I think is success. And so I am proud of that because I feel like, you know, part of it was just me putting myself out there, but then part of it was working really hard, you guys. Like at some point I was working like 70, 80 hours a week because I was working my regular day job. And I was doing YouTube in the evenings, into the night, all weekend long. Like, I just kind of threw myself completely into it. So I am very proud of all that. Hey, and who knows, by the end of this video, I may also be very proud of this eye look. Oh, geez, I'm getting so scared about this eye look. We'll see how it turns out. If I kind of halfway do it, I'll show you guys the picture that I was using for inspo. But if I don't, then I won't. Because, you know, it's my channel and I'll cry if I want to. Oh, question number 3. I forgot that this question was next. Okay, question number 3. What has been the hardest thing to learn on YouTube, about YouTube, all that? For example, things like editing, the technology that you have to use, filming, scheduling, coming up with content ideas, all that. Everything about YouTube is not intuitive. Like it really, and I think like that's when people say they work so hard, I mean, even if you have experience, and I do hear sometimes content creators say that they've worked like you know, they work so much. Like, I believe it because it's just so much, you guys. Like, being on YouTube, but having beauty content, like there's multiple platforms that you have to be on to really see any kind of growth, and you have to stay relevant and all this stuff. So it's a lot, okay? And I'm not like a spring chicken. I mean, I'm aging like a fine wine, but I ain't no spring chicken, okay? Technology does not come naturally to me. That's not how I grew up. I'm a baby of the 80s and 90s, and so that just, you know, the most technology advanced that we got were the pagers. So I would say, like, for me, that was the hardest part, was the technology, like the editing, the lighting. My God, even like a month or two, I was like, you guys, I'm sorry about the lighting. I can't. Like, literally, like, it takes everything out of you because you just are like banging your head on a desk or a wall or the pavement, and you just can't get it. And so I would say, like, all that stuff has been kind of hard when it comes to, you know, all that. Another thing that I think is really hard and that I've kind of struggled with is, you know, at the beginning of the year, I said that I wasn't going to really focus on like the new. But with that came a new set of challenges where, like, content creation, like, what do people want to see? Like, what am I supposed to film? Like, and you see people ask, like, on their Instagram all the time, like, hey, which video would you like to see next from me? And it's because we literally have no flipping clue, you guys. Like, we may have some ideas, but at the end of the day, we want to create content that you guys would find entertaining or useful, you know? And so that's really, really hard, is coming up with content ideas. I won't say that it's easy for review channels, you know, because they still work their asses off, but at least they kind of know where their next bit of content is coming from. And so when you're not always doing the new, like, that shit is hard. But it was the technology part that was the hardest for me. All right, welcome back to my channel. It's been about 23, 24 minutes to be exact. I can't get this eye look, so scratch what I just said. The hardest thing about YouTube is this freaking eye look. Stick around if you want a good laugh. I'll show you the picture that I was trying to recreate at the end of the video. All right, question number 4. What is one thing that you wish that people knew about you or your channel? One thing that I wish that people knew about me is just like how silly I am, like how kind of roll with the punches I am, like. And I feel the need to say that because the other day I was having a conversation with my kids, and I was like, you know, I had been watching an old video of mine. I was just laughing, and I got a little sad because I feel like I was watching it and I had just started. I had no idea what I was doing, going in with the Chantecaille Future Skin. And you can kind of tell in the video that I'm a little nervous, but at the same time, I was just kind of being myself and being silly, and it didn't come off as like super scripted. Some of that had to do with the fact that I didn't really know about editing very much at that point. And so some of it had been edited by my son, some of it had been edited by me, but it was just, you know, it's almost like a different director of a movie tells the story differently than the next one, you know? So we all have something different to say. As my editing skills got better, naturally the content just got a little more edited, if you will, which sometimes can come through as like very stiff, very boring, like it doesn't allow for like my true personality to shine through. So like, I guess that's one thing that I hope people know. And, you know, even my kids, like I have teenage boys. I mean, well, I have an 11, 15, and 21-year-old. Like, they're like, Mom, like, you know, they think I'm old, but they're like, you're funny. Like, and I like your lives better because you let more of your personality shine through and whatever. And so that's one thing that I think would want to share with people is like, I, in general, don't take things very seriously. Like, I am very silly. Like, I can sit there and just talk so much shit and just joke about everything and anything with my kids for like 30 minutes straight. And my mom used to be like that. And so that's one thing that I don't think comes through as much. Another thing is I just think, like, especially when I got into like luxury beauty, this is totally not on the viewer, it's on me. But I felt like I had to be a little more polished and more put together and all that stuff. When in reality, it's like, I'm a total tomboy, you guys. Like, I just happen to like bougie shit. bougie makeup and I like pretty things and I like sparkle shadows, but I'm a total tomboy. Like from the waist down, you're going to find me in like, you know, flip-flops or Chucks. Like that's just who I am, you know? And so I just think like sometimes, all the times, that just doesn't come through. So yeah, and I'm sorry, but shout out to Shanta Kai. I know some of you guys ain't fans, but this shit is beautiful. Beautiful. Question number 5. Are you happy with the direction of your channel? Yes and no. And I will say yes, I am happy with the direction that we're going. I feel like sometimes it's a little lost on me how quickly I grew. And I'm still an itty bitty channel, but I just mean like I've, you know, heard stories from other creators where they're like, oh, it took me like a year to get to 1,000 subscribers. Like, so I'm happy with the direction that it's going as far as growth. Of course, we get a little impatient. We want it to grow faster, but I'm definitely happy. I'm happy with the community that we've been able to build. The reason I would say yes and no is because for a minute there, like I was so caught up in like the new or like becoming a review channel. And I still do review stuff, but I want to be able to review stuff on my terms, on my timeline. Not because of anything except the fact that like I have kids, I have a career, like there's a lot of stuff going on and all of us have this stuff going on, not just me. So, you know, in terms of that, for a minute, I wasn't so happy. But I just think like moving forward, like, you know, makeup is a hobby for me. So I definitely want to stick with that. But, you know, just like I said over on my Instagram the other day, like your skin and how good makeup will look depends on so many different factors, not just makeup. Like it has to do with the type of skincare that you're doing. It has to do with like how much water you're drinking. So there's, you know, there might be other little things that I may talk about here and there, like, but for in general, like it will stay primarily focused on beauty because that's just kind of something fun for me, like the color, trying new products, that sort of stuff is just so fun. But yeah, I'm happy with the direction of it. I am always open to feedback and constructive criticism, as long as you're not like an asshole about it, because I just feel like I don't know everything. And like sometimes I'll sit on the phone with Chai and she like schools me on like YouTube culture and like some of the things that she has seen over the time that work, and she's given me her perspective, you know, from a subscriber point of view. And so I'm always open to learning, but for the most part I am happy with the direction of my channel. I think that I want to be able to just talk about beauty. So if that's the new that week, then it is. If it's, you know, just talking about how I'm attempting a low buy, then it will be. Or if it's a creator spotlight, like I just want it to be centered around beauty, but all things beauty, not just makeup. The second part to that question is, what does success look like? And I would say, to me, success looks like for 2021, I'd like to get to or as close to 3,000 subscribers as I can. And it's not all about the number, you guys, but like I'm in sales. I've been in sales for over 20 years. Like I'm a very numbers driven person, a very goal oriented person. So in order to keep me going, like I do need to have some kind of number that I'm shooting for. So for 2021, success looks like that, getting as close to 3,000 as I can. By saying as close to 3,000, I mean I'd like to get to 3,000 by 2021. That's kind of scary because it's already August and I'm only at like 2,100, 2,150. I shouldn't say not only, but you know what I mean. So, but I've got work to do, and I think that, you know, it's less about whether I get to that number or not, but it's more about having something to shoot for. To make sure that I stay motivated. Question number 6, what is something that you wish you did better? What I meant by that was like in regards to like your content and stuff. I think we all at some point like struggle with like, how do we position this or how do we film this to make it, you know, better or nicer. Like I know for me, I'm constantly trying to improve my presentation, the quality of the video that you're watching. Like I work a lot, have invested a lot in my audio, my lighting, my background, and even then I don't get it right. So what I wish I did better was for sure like my eye looks. I do a lot of eyeshadow palette reviews on my channel. And they don't really do the best. Like, honestly, like my talking videos or commentary videos actually end up doing better. So I wish that I could do that better. Like, just because I love colorful eyeshadow so much, I wish that I could learn like what works for my audience, like what kind of music or what editing style for these eye looks should I be doing, things like that. But then it's kind of difficult because if you're not a content creator, it's kind of hard because I have asked like, well, hey, what can I be doing better to like make my eyeshadow palette reviews better or more intriguing or enticing? I mean, some of that has to do with my personality. Like, do I capture your attention or not, you know? But another thing is also like, it's so tricky. Like the way you edit it can really make a difference. So I wish I could do that better. But yeah, there's so many other things, but that's the one thing that stands out to me. Like, I want to be able to edit those videos better to get better views and more retention. Yeah, always learning, always growing. All right, getting to the end here. Question number 7 is who would you love to collab with? There's 2 that I've been like obsessed with lately. They're both on YouTube, but one I mostly follow on Instagram and the other one mostly on YouTube. So the first person that I'd love to collab with would be Nelly Toledo. I shared her on my Instagram a couple weeks back. She was doing like this 100 days of reels challenge where she wants to do like 100 days of reels to get to 100,000 followers on Instagram. She's a really beautiful Cuban. She mostly focuses on like try-on hauls. She's like a very nice, beautiful, curvy Latina. She comes up with a lot of really beautiful like outfit ideas and stuff like that. But I just really like her vibe. I think she's super, super sweet. I first heard of her through Lisa J because they both did a photo shoot together for like a bathing suit company or something. I don't know. I watched it on Lisa's vlog. But I would love to collab with her. I think she would be amazing. Another content creator that I know has been around for a while, but I just recently became like obsessed with like watching her on YouTube is Kelly Gooch. She focuses on cruelty-free beauty, which I don't know too much about. And honestly, when I watch her channel, I don't even think about that because she talks about a lot of the brands that I would use. But she talks a lot about like beauty community commentary or the brands. Like she highlights things that are going on with brands quite a bit. She also does like a lot of like shop my stash videos, things like that that I've been kind of into lately. So I would love. Oh my God, is that a stretch? I would love to collab with her. I think she is amazing. And I think I did a lot of highlighter. You know what, though? Who cares? Because it's Kaleidos. So, need I say more? If people that work with me were to see me, they'd be like, who are you? Excuse me. I'm Yadi. I'm 40. I'm an insurance nerd, and I like colorful makeup. Question number 8. What is a brand that you would like to collab with? I have 2. Honestly, I have a lot more, but 2 that I would love to collab with. I'm going to put it out into the universe and then kind of see where it goes. The first brand that I would like to collab with would be BK Beauty. You guys, I am obsessed with BK Beauty. I'm obsessed with the founder. I'm obsessed with the BK Beauty team. I just think that they're so sweet. But, you know, I always say this, I'm like such a bougie bitch. So obviously, like, you know, so obviously when I started buying brushes, like I was like, ooh, Chikahodo, Sonia G, like all the natural hair things everywhere. And then I found BK Beauty and I was like, whoa, these are so good. And I just have some favorites that I feel very strongly, very deep in my soul that people need to know about. And that's where curated bundles really do come to play, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I am totally not going to be cheesy like that and go tell Lisa J that I'd love to, but I'm going to put it out into the universe. I mean, BK Beauty X Yadi bundle set, excuse me, woo! So that would be super cool. The reason why I also think that that would be like a dream collab is because I'm a very indecisive person. So like, throw me in a room with a bunch of color and, you know, 3 weeks later, you know, you'll find me in there still scratching my head trying to figure out what to do. But yeah, that's a company that I know exactly what my go-tos are. I know exactly how to direct people, and I think that that would be an amazing collab. The next brand that I'd love to work with, you're going to laugh about, because I just told you how indecisive I am and how, like, don't put me anywhere near color. Just give me all the things already done. But the next brand that I would love, love, love to collab with, which I don't think they do collabs, I've never seen them, but they're also a smaller, newer company, is Nomad Cosmetics. Oh my God, you guys, I love, love, love. I love Nomad Cosmetics, like, so, so much. I love the founders, and I love, like, just who they are and how they roll. Like, they're just super sweet people, and I love travel. And so that's always something that I've thought of, you know, like, I have been to some beautiful places, and so the one that stands out to me is what my dream vacation was that my husband and I were able to take our kids on. We had promised them since they were little that we would one day take them to Jamaica, and I'm like, yes, like, it's so beautiful. I know all the colors that I would choose-ish, maybe not. But I think that would be a dream collaboration. Like, let's show them some Jamaica, man. You know what I mean? So that would be amazing. So yeah, BK Beauty or Nomad Cosmetics. You guys, once it's all said and done, this is not looking half bad. I still have to do my lower lash line, but yeah, okay. This is looking pretty. I will say that in person, I am super, super sparkly blue everywhere, and I am not mad about it. Like, not mad. This is beautiful. Okay, question number 9, and then we're gonna wrap it up here. How can you, as the creator, improve the beauty community? Now, this could be any community, but I'm a beauty content creator, so that's the community that I will focus on. And I think that the way that I can continue to improve the beauty community in my own little way is by continuing to do things like the creator spotlight. If you've noticed, I haven't done it as much, like, regularly every single week. Sometimes it's just me for my Friday night lives for Makeup and Chill. But I feel like that's a way that I can continue to improve the beauty community, because there's so many creators out there, you guys, that are so good. I've always kind of stayed away from saying, oh, a smaller YouTuber or small creator, because in reality, we're just people, and we don't get our value from the number of subscribers or followers that we have. And so I think that, sometimes I may want to have somebody with 50,000 subscribers. Sometimes I may want to have somebody with 200 subscribers, because they're all special in their own way. They all bring something beautiful and unique to the beauty space. And I think, like, for me, like, elevating them and introducing them to others, I think, is something that I'm really passionate about. And, like, sometimes as a content creator, especially, like, at home, it can be a lonely place, because people around you with your family, like, most of the time don't understand what we're going through, or they think it's silly that we're grinding so hard. And little things like, even though I have a small channel, but reaching out to somebody that's smaller than me and saying, hey, I really, really like your content. Like, I'd love to introduce you to my family, my beauty community, can be like a little boost in confidence that can really, like, get them re-energized, remotivated, get them reset so they can continue to do this. Because at the end of the day, like, we don't really do this for the pay, because the pay's not there yet. But we do it because we're passionate about it. But sometimes, even when you're passionate about something, like, it gets really hard and you don't see the results that you're wanting to see right away. And people around you don't understand you, or are pressuring you to stay away from the camera and maybe focus on something else. And I do believe that there has to be a good balance, but at the same time, like, sometimes you just need that little boost. And so I feel like that's how I can continue to improve the beauty community, especially with newer creators. Another way is by just keeping it real. Like, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I have on my channel, I really, really like. That's why I buy it. But sometimes we got to keep it real. We got to push back. We got to speak the truth, even if it's luxury, even if it's indie. Like, at the end of the day, I'm here to be helpful to the people that are watching my videos and making their purchasing decisions based on what they see with me. So that's another way to continue to make the beauty community a place where they can come for solid recommendations or for honest opinions. And so that's the way that I would like to continue to improve the beauty community in my own little space, in my own little way. Yeah, you guys, I'm kind of excited. This didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would. It didn't turn out exactly the way I saw it, so I'll say that. Hold that thought. Shit. Oh, well, screw it. You know what I mean? I was just going to say that it didn't turn out that bad, but then I noticed a bunch of stuff that was wrong with it. And you know what? It didn't turn out that bad. Okay? It didn't turn out that bad. Can we just? I think it's fine. All right. You know what? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. This was just for fun. This channel is just for fun. The beauty community should be fun, even though we take it very, very seriously. I hope that you guys learned a little bit more about kind of what goes on in my head, why I started my channel, all of that. If you're a content creator and maybe not on YouTube and you're not going to recreate the tag here on YouTube, do it in the comments down below. And I'm thinking about like Instagram creators and like people that may be creators on other platforms that I'm too old to know about. Like I think I heard Audra talking about Twitch. I don't know. Question number 10 is just the tags. I'll tell you about the people that I'd like to tag on this video. Obviously, I want to tag Dr. Ash and her makeup and Beauty and the Frizz. Those are my girls. There's everything that we do. We've talked about on Marco Polo before we do it. So I'd love to tag them. You know, you don't have to, but I'll be looking for your video. Next, I would like to tag It's Lori's Life. She's done 2 tags so far that I really want to record myself, and I just enjoy listening to her talk. I enjoy coming to her grown woman's table, and so I'd like to tag It's Lori's Life. I think she's a lot of fun. I would like to tag Audra at Home. I don't believe that she watches my channel, but you know what? I'm going to make sure that she watches this video so she knows she's tagged, or I'll tag her on it. You guys, go tell her that I tagged her on it. I really think she's hilarious. I also love her beauty commentary and just her get readies with me when she talks about all kinds of different things. So I think she would be fun to listen to talk about this. And then I'd like to tag Morgan Turner. Morgan Turner is a beautiful, beautiful girl here on the platform. She's one of the sweetest on the platform. And I think that she's one of the ones that I could instantly think of and say like, man, I really think that she's here to make people better. She's also here to empower and to uplift other creators. So I really, really love her for that. So yeah, those are the 5 that I'm tagging. I will tag a few more down below in the description box. The questions are down there if you want to follow along and play along. If you're a content creator, I would love it if you did this tag with me. You don't have to, but I would love it if you did. Tag me on Instagram if you do so that I can reshare it on mine as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys just learned a little bit more about me. I also would say if you have any other video ideas, let me know and I would love to record those for you. And just kind of have a good time. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. All the products that I used are listed down below in the description box. And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of my questions down below in the comments. I will see you guys later. Bye!